Hello everyone, welcome back to Toon Runes. I'm your host Leah, and today we're giving a short recap of everything essential that you need to know before watching Steven Universe the movie, which airs on September 2nd, 2019, 6 p.m. EST on the official Cartoon Network channel. Now, I do have a longer recap available that covers most of what happens until late Season 5, but this is going to serve as a more condensed version that gives only crucial information. That means I won't be explaining any side plots that aren't relevant to the main storyline, and I'm not going to be going in depth on characters or their interactions with others. If you'd like a more in-depth recap, I'll be linking my older video in the info card as well as in the description. Without further ado, let's start. Steven is a young half-gem, half-human boy who lives in Beach City, Delmarva with his guardians, Garnet, Amethyst, and Pearl. They're part of the Crystal Gems, which is a group of individuals who are sworn to protect the Earth and those who inhabit it. They have superhuman powers that include, but are not limited to, shapeshifting, fusion, and weapon summoning. Steven is the child of Greg Universe and Rose Quartz, Rose being the former leader of the Crystal Gems. She passed away when she had Steven, as she and Steven couldn't exist at the same time. This is because she needed to give her gemstone to Steven in order for him to exist, which is essentially her entire being, as a gem's physical form is only an illusion made from light. With Rose gone and nobody else to teach Steven about his gem half, he moves in with the Crystal Gems so that he can learn from them. Over the upcoming months, we learn that the gems are actually an alien race that had invaded Earth in order to use it for resources and gem reproduction. In order to reproduce, the gems create areas called kindergartens. They inject the land with a liquid substance using a tool called the gem injector. This drains all of the minerals out of the land, making it barren. In return, a new gem is created from the substances that were extracted. The Crystal Gems were a group of individuals who hated the thought of the Earth being destroyed to aid in their reproduction, so they rebelled against their leaders, the Diamonds. The Diamonds are the gem matriarch, who consist of Blue Diamond, Yellow Diamond, Pink Diamond, and White Diamond. The rebellion that was fought to protect Earth was one of high casualties, resulting in the death of many Homeworld and Crystal Gem affiliated individuals. The list of casualties included one of Homeworld's leaders, Pink Diamond. Along the way, Steven meets many of those affected by the Gem War. One of these gems is Lapis Lazuli, who was mistaken as a crystal gem and interrogated by Homeworld soldiers. She was cracked and then trapped inside of a mirror until Steven freed her upon realizing that the mirror was sentient. He heals her gemstone with healing powers inherited by his mother before she flies back to Homeworld. We also learn that the monsters that the Crystal Gems have been fighting weren't always that way, and then at one time they were humanoid, just like them. In order to end the war, the Diamonds combined their powers and attacked with something called the Damage of the Diamonds. This attack resulted in the corruption of ordinary gems, forcing them into the state of feral monsters. Rose had tried time and time again to heal the afflicted, but was unable to cure them fully. One day, Lapis warns the Crystal Gems that Homeworld is sending a ship to Earth to capture and return them to Homeworld. The invading ship is composed of 3 gems: the soldier Jasper, the tech gem Peridot, and the captive Lapis. Upon Steven revealing that he has his mother's gem, Jasper overpowers the Crystal Gems and captures them, leaving Earth. Ruby and Sapphire manage to escape their cells with the help of Steven, and it turns out that Ruby and Sapphire fused together actually make Garnet. Garnet then manages to overpower Jasper and make their ship crash land to Earth. Peridot manages to escape in an escape pod, but Jasper and Lapis are caught up in the crash along with the Crystal Gems. Jasper fuses with Lapis into Malachite in order to take the gems down once and for all, but Lapis takes control of their fusion and traps them at the bottom of the ocean in an unknown location in order to protect Steven. Several months of searching later, and the gems manage to find and capture a very disgruntled Peridot after several failed attempts. She fearfully explains that there is a geoweapon in the center of the Earth called the Cluster. It's comprised of the shattered gem remains of thousands of gems that were forced together, creating one giant being. She explains that if it emerges, it will destroy the Earth upon doing so. Peridot works with the Crystal Gems, but only so she isn't shattered when the Cluster emerges, since she is stranded on Earth with her ship destroyed. Over time, Peridot eventually warms up to the idea of living on Earth and being free. Once she makes the realization that destroying the Earth for one geoweapon would be a massive waste of resources and disgusting loss of life, she officially becomes a Crystal Gem. With her help working on a drill to reach the Cluster, they're able to successfully stop it from emerging, and manage to keep it safely inside of the Earth's fragile crust. At the same time, the Crystal Gems locate Malachite and manage to poof her, saving Lapis. However, Jasper falls between broken land that is created by the Cluster's tremors, becoming lost once more. When she's eventually found, she's created an army of corrupted gems to fight Steven with, convinced that he's Rose. She fuses with one of these corruptions in desperation, which results in herself becoming becoming corrupted once they infuse. Peridot poofs Jasper and Amethyst bubbles and sends her back to the temple. Because of Jasper's missing status, a group of rubies are sent to locate her. They manage to fool the rubies into thinking that a shapeshifted Amethyst is Jasper, but not for long. After revealing that Rose was the one who shattered Pink Diamond, Steven is ejected into space along with the rubies. Amethyst, Garnet, and Pearl manage to recover Steven, where they then explain the truth. Rose shattered Pink Diamond because she thought that it was the only way to save the Earth. Steven, frustrated and looking for answers, continues to search for more information. Because the gems won't tell him what's going on, he puts himself and others in dangerous situations in a desperate search for the truth. He eventually ends up getting kidnapped and taken to Homeworld for the trial of Pink Diamond's murder, with the diamonds under the assumption that he's Rose. At the trial, once the evidence is presented, something just doesn't add up. Given the facts, there's many holes in what was presented. A lawyer gem by the name of Blue Zircon accuses a diamond of being the true culprit, getting her poofed. This causes a diversion and allows Steven to escape and return home. The possibilities of the diamonds returning to Earth causes Lapis to leave the planet and flee far away, in fear of getting caught up in another war. Once Steven manages to find her again, he has a dream that shows Pearl pulling out Rose's sword on Pink Diamond. This vision further startles Lapis, causing her to flee again. Once Lapis is gone, Steven returns home to question Pearl. It's then revealed that Rose Quartz was Pink Diamond and that she shapeshifted and rotated her gemstone in order to keep her identity a secret. She did this because Blue Diamond and Yellow Diamond refused to take her seriously as Pink Diamond. Pearl then shapeshifted into Rose, and they put on a staged and faked shattering to make the diamonds think that Pink was killed. Pearl was unable to reveal the truth to anyone because of a seal placed on her by Pink Diamond herself. Now with Steven knowing the truth, he's better able to prepare for the inevitable return of the diamonds. When the diamonds do return, Steven is able to tell them the truth about Pink and how she was never shattered. However, this doesn't happen until after a huge fight takes place, a fight that almost results in the revival and awakening of the cluster. Lapis comes to help aid in the fight in the nick of time, but is poofed along with Peridot. Once the diamonds know who Steven is, the fighting stops. Steven then explains how Pink Diamond faked her own shattering and how she was rebelling to protect the Earth. He shows them the corrupted gems and hopes they'll be able to aid in returning them to normal. However, they are unable to fully and permanently heal them, stating that they needed White Diamond to help complete the process. With the knowledge of a new diamond, Steven has the resolve to go to Homeworld and talk to her, in hopes of gaining her help. Upon getting to Homeworld, White Diamond is at first dismissive of Steven and ignores him after her initial greeting. Steven attempts to gain her attention in other ways, such as adhering to Homeworld standards. Unfortunately, this doesn't work and they're forced to fight. White Diamond takes control of the bodies of Blue Diamond and Yellow Diamond and attempts to stop Steven and return order to Homeworld. Bismuth, Lapis, and Peridot come to the rescue in the nick of time and give Steven the opening that he needs to get into White's inner sanctum. Once there, White also hijacks Garnet, Amethyst, and Pearl, using them to subdue both Steven and Connie. She then removes Steven's gem, thinking that doing so would force Pink Diamond to come out of hiding. However, this fails once Pink Steven emerges instead of Pink Diamond. Pink Steven and Human Steven fuse back together and Steven returns to normal. White Diamond begins to throw a tantrum before Steven tells her that she's acting immature, which causes her to blush. White Diamond finally realizes that while everyone in front of her isn't perfect, she is no better than they are. With this realization made, she agrees to return to Earth with Steven and help heal the corrupted gems. Now with all 4 diamonds present, they are able to use Rose's fountain to heal the corrupted gems and return them to somewhat normal states. The diamonds then return home, leaving Steven and the crystal gems to restore order and rebuild their gem society on Earth. And that's it. That's all of the crucial information that you need to know in order to have a basic understanding of Steven Universe the movie. As I mentioned at the start of this video, I'm missing a lot of important events. I explained characters such as Peridot, Bismuth, Lapis, Lars, and Connie in a lot more detail over in my complete series recap, which is in the info card as well as in the description. This video is more of an events video than it is a character and relationship recap video, which is why it's so short and condensed. Today's video is brought to you by Patreon. My top tier supporters are Base Layer, Zachary Ansley, Taz, and Brandon Nunes. It's because of people like them that I can continue to make content, and I cannot thank them enough. And if you liked this video, why not subscribe and hit that bell icon to get more content from me. And I will see you all in the next video. Have an amazing day, guys.